Hi guys, Victoria Paxton here. Thanks for stopping back by my YouTube channel. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about Linda Stoltzfoos. She's a little 18-year-old girl that was walking home from church in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania when she vanished into thin air. Okay, so let me start off by saying I was getting, from the very beginning, like the first time I saw that she was missing, I was getting a few things. Okay, so let me start with that. Let me start with what I was getting. I kept seeing two people, two men. I was seeing that, and I was seeing her in like a really tight, enclosed area. Okay. I was immediately getting that she had passed. Okay. So let me kind of go over some of this stuff. So I wasn't really keeping up with the case, but occasionally something would pop up and I would, see the headline. And so I was surprised when they had arrested Husto Smoker for her kidnapping because I kept seeing two guys, right? So I was like, wow, okay. Okay. So I went and I had Dark Rose. She has a channel here on YouTube, and she had posted about Linda Stoltzfoos. And in the comments, I replied something to her, and she said, what are you getting on it? So I said, I was definitely getting the small enclosed area. So let me talk about a few things that okay, a lot of times when people recently pass, I can't connect directly with them. I think because they're like in an orientation. And so they're like getting acquainted where they are and learning things. And I think that's why I can't directly connect with them. However, I can still see things and get things. I was seeing a couple things. So I think that Linda was definitely very intuitive. But while she was very intuitive, she was also very naive. And I feel like that's why it was really easy for Husto to get her to go with him, because I think she was like a people pleaser and she didn't want to upset him or hurt his feelings. And so she just kind of went along with it type of thing. Unfortunately, I also saw that Linda had been through a lot in her short life. I feel like she had been molested many times. Unfortunately, I think it was by the same person. Fortunately or unfortunately, there's no fortunately to it. But I think it was the same person, and I feel like it was like an extended family member. So that could have been an uncle or a cousin, or because of how tight the entire Amish community is, they all, their kids, generation after generation after generation grow up together and know each other, and they're close to each other. Their entire community, they do everything together, from going to church together to working together. They're a really tight-knit community. They keep everything in their little community. So because of that, like basically everybody in their community, they consider them family. People that aren't Amish, they consider us English. That's what they call us, the English. I know this because I have a lot of Amish friends and family and such. I definitely feel like this person that was molesting her was, it could have, I don't know why, I feel like it was an uncle. But then again, it could be like a really close family member that they call aunt and uncle, so, but I definitely feel like it was like an uncle type figure. And I don't even know, honestly, if her family even knew that it was going on. I felt like she was the type of person that she wouldn't just run and go tell somebody that was happening. So I don't even know if the family knows that aspect of it. I was getting that. And like I said, I kept getting the two guys. And here's the thing. I kept seeing these two guys, and they literally were partners in crime. I can see them like at a store, like they were robbing this little store. It almost looks like a convenience store, maybe even has a gas station or gas pumps. But I felt like they were like robbing the store. But it was weird because I didn't feel like it was a real gun. Like, I don't think it was a real gun. I don't know if it was like a prop. I don't know, but I kept seeing that. Yeah, bizarre. So I feel like these two have done a lot of things together, you know, including breaking the law. So I don't know why, but I kept thinking like it was like a best friend of Justo. So I don't know if it's a best friend or a brother. Maybe he was adopted too, or I don't know. I don't know. But I'm seeing this guy with Justo, and I feel like this guy participated in this. Although I don't feel like he murdered her, I feel like he participated in some aspect of it. I think he knows a lot more than what he's saying. And I almost feel like, and I don't know why, but I almost feel like he's kind of like, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, I got away with it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's like bragging that, you know, they didn't get me. They're not going to get me. I even feel like he's that way with his brother, even though his brother, maybe they are brothers. Maybe they're best friends. I don't know. Brothers, best friends, whoever the heck they are. They're a bunch of morons, whoever they are, okay? But I almost feel like he's almost feeling the same way. Like, you know, oh, they got him, but, you know, they can't do anything about him. I don't know why I feel like that, but I feel like he's saying that about himself and about his brother, best friend, brother, bro. I don't know. So I was getting at the very beginning that she was in like a small, confined, enclosed area. So I was thinking it was like she was like in a cellar somewhere tucked away, or, you know, some part of a building underneath tucked away. That's what I kept seeing, okay? So then Dark Rose here on YouTube, you know, she had done a video and I said, you know, I feel like she's in a really tight enclosed space. Dark Rose had said something about being near water, and I was like, no, I'm not getting that. Okay, so I wasn't getting that. But then later I started seeing that, like the next day. So here's what I don't get. All right, I don't know if she was in some confined, enclosed space and then they moved her to like water or right by water, or she was right by water and they moved her to an enclosed space. And that really drives me nuts when I can't put my finger on it. It drives me bonkers. But a lot of times I think I'm not putting my finger on it when I really am. You know, what I'm getting is real, you know, and I doubt myself all the time. But I do feel like she is near water. I do feel that now. I do feel that. And here's the other thing. I felt like when he was hurting her, it was like she was very calm and she was just praying. And I feel like she was just calm and praying, and then he finished her off. He strangled her. I think he might have strangled her. That's what I think he did. And it was just calm for her. So she was a really spiritual person. And it's hard for me to explain spirituality to someone else. But she was a very spiritual person. And I feel like that was something that she had really been working on, you know, as of late. So I feel like leading up to her death, she had really been working on her spirituality, you know, and getting stronger in her beliefs. Spirituality can mean a million different things to a million different people. For me, spirituality is like my strong belief system. And I feel like with her, you know, her strong belief system, she was, you know, raised in the Amish church, and her belief system was Bible based, you know. And I feel like that was a huge thing for her because it made her going through all these horrible things and crossing over so simple for her. You know, it was so advantageous for her. You know, so I feel like even as a little girl when she was being molested, abused, I feel like she learned to, you know, escape it in her head and focus on praying and such. And I feel like that really came in handy, you know, when she was killed. She was very intuitive. But, you know, just because you're intuitive, you can still be naive, you know? And there was a part of her, she was a people pleaser and she didn't want to upset Husto, so she went with him, you know? So I can kind of see it and understand it, but she was just such a sweet little girl. I mean, especially given what she'd been through, you know. And like I said, I don't know. I don't think her parents, I don't know if they even knew what had been happening to her. I don't know if she even shared that with anyone. I think that was something she just kept in her mind. I don't think necessarily that she shared that with her family. And unfortunately, the Amish community is no different than any other community. They're good and bad and everything, and it just sucks. I mean, the Amish, you know, in years past, they kept everything within their own community. But I do know now, you know, if someone breaks the law, you break the law, you go to jail, you know? So I just feel so bad for this little girl. I mean, I do and I don't. She's in a good place now. I guess I feel horrible for her family, you know, that they don't have any answers. But I do still I see like a big field, like, you know, like a big open area. And then I see trees, like really thick trees. And then I see what I think is like a creek. I think it's a creek, but I think at some points in this creek, there's like a lot of water. You know, because when I say creek, a lot of times you think of just a trickle of water, but I feel like it was a pretty decent size in some areas. So I don't know if she was first buried in this confined space and then her body was moved later to the water or vice versa. But like I said, I feel like Justo and this guy, who I think is his best friend or his brother, and I'm leaning more towards brother. I feel like he's like, you know, when you're a kid, you're like, you can't catch me. That's kind of what I feel like. I feel like he's like, they're never going to know I participated. Because his logic is, Justo's going to cover him, you know? But I also feel like he's thinking, Justo is going to get off too. And I don't understand that because they obviously had enough information to arrest him for kidnapping her. So I don't know how he thinks Justo is going to get off of it. But I just feel like they feel like they're untouchable. I don't know how else to say it, you know? Yeah, it's pathetic though. It truly is pathetic. I mean, sick people in this world. And, you know, I was going to post like a Star Tomorrow musician. And I decided I needed to do this. You know, I was seeing more and more, and I just wanted to get this out. If I get anything else, I will definitely update you. So yeah, so I hope everybody's having a good week. It's been a rough week here for the Paxton Pack, let me tell you. Yeah, be nice, be kind, stay cool, heat wave out there, y'all. Wear your mask, do what you're told. Please wear your mask because you know what? I don't want to die. I don't want to die because I had to go to the grocery store and get groceries and you didn't have a mask on and I ended up getting it somehow. Like, I don't want to die, okay? And I don't want you to die either, you know? Do what you're told. Don't hurt anybody. Smile, say, hey, how you doing to somebody that you wouldn't normally smile and say, hey. I know it's hard when you have your mask on, like, you can't see, you know, you're like that. I know it's hard to see if a person's smiling, and all I keep thinking about is what was her name? Tyra Banks used to say you had to smile with your eyes. Eyes. All right, guys, that about does it for me.